Hi everyone, I have set up a little corner of the studio so I can film, missing videoing a bit, and thought it's time to get back to it. I'm ready to get back to work. So the studio update is that it's not ready. So I have no idea why it is taking so much longer than I thought it would be. But it is, and all sorts of complications and exhaustion and little things that I thought would be quick and easy are turning out to be much bigger and way more expensive than I can do. So had to do some tweaking along the way. But anyway, I thought I'd come up with the next episode. And this book, I love this book. So my little book of the episode. Let's not say week, because I have no idea. I've no idea. I'm just going to try my best. Of course, Lily is here at the moment, so I've been spending time with her, but she's got two friends here now, so they are off and out and about. So I've got some spare time. Everything is moved from upstairs to downstairs. The garage was emptied out. So there's been a plan or a list of how to do this. So for anyone interested, it required me to clean out the garage of stuff I still had from a big 5-bedroom house that was still sitting in boxes in the garage. And then it required me to bring all of the stuff from my craft room downstairs, which included bookshelves, furniture, stuff like that, tables. And now that I've got the walls painted in the garage, I've got the split system in because it gets really freezing in winter and too hot in summer. The main thing that can't be done that I thought I was going to do was replacing the garage roller door with, let me see if I can show you. Replacing the garage roller door with, normal doors. But I'm just showing you, there's a little gap. You can see the light coming in and a little bit of wind blows in here. So that's where I'm up to with that. I found that in these little panels here, I'll just come back a bit. So it's the roller door, that is the mechanics of the roller door. And then all these little panels here are just basically a bit of thin metal on the outside, or thick metal, but it's not very it doesn't keep the heat out in summer, and it doesn't keep the heat in winter. But I've found that you can put insulating panels in each of these, so rather than doing a whole conversion to a door and window, which I wanted for the light, to be honest, I'm going to be putting the insulation in these. And then I'm going to find out if I can actually put some panels over the top that at least make it look cleaner. And then I think I've seen some garages where they've put a perspex or something in the top panel to let light in. So that's my next bit of research, but I'm a bit over it. Honestly, I am over it. So let's get back to the episode. Okay, so Mark Making Through the Seasons by Helen, Parrott, Batsford. So textile art, inspiration and techniques. Now I am still working out where the camera is situated to be in frame. Right, so books in frame. Okay, good. So mainly what I've been loving about this, I just love textures, so I've been loving seeing the textures. Come through a bit more to some of the sewing. So as we love a bit of mark making, this reminded me a little bit of our vegetable patch in the Roxy's Journalist Stitchery, and just like lots of little doodles really, but put together in such a way that it looks like a field. and she's used these ideas of the flower and the twigs and everything to inspire it. So there's a bit of interest for me in here from that perspective. Little loosey-goosey French knots. Oh, good. I'm glad we can still hear the magpies in here. I just like the, I don't know, maybe you didn't hear that magpie then, but anyway. I love this loose sort of, it's almost like it's really when your sewing machine goes bung and you you pull the bits apart and there's all these loose bits, but it's very textural, isn't it? So anyway, I love this book, and it's due back at the library, so I really have to put this in. Some collage work. It's a really lovely book for inspirational stitching. I forgot to bring my water. I was in a hurry to start. Constellations. I mean, these look like dandelion type of things, but they also look a bit like stars. I love this effect. It's quite unique that each one's sort of different coloured threads, 3 different colour threads by the look, but you can see it close up and you can see how it's been done. So if you've got a bit of quilting, I might do some on my apron when I get back to it. I will be back to it soon. And then lots of different colours. So it's bunched up a bit in the middle there. I like that effect. Okay. So obviously this book has a bit of mixed media, which is my passion, a bit of painting, then some ideas. So she's just cut out of these little circles and sewn them on. Pretty good. And each time it's seasonal. It's like the dandelion seeds blowing in the wind. And another idea for some mark making is you're painting with an acrylic on, or whatever, Posca pens even, on some material, and then just loosely sewing the shapes over the top. Trees on fabric. All sorts of ideas for projects. I just want to get started back, honestly. It's taking way too long. I like this idea of these washes on a background and then some circular things with stitching over the top. I'm going to have a go at some of these, I think. The leaves, branches, and then the circular. I don't know if you can see that up close. There's red running stitch all the way around, sort of getting the shape, and then around and round. These sorts of shapes. It's not wonderful? What a wonderful book. Just all the different textures. Loving it. This is pretty awesome too. Different ways that you can make it. To me, it looks a bit like rivers, and I'm not reading any of the text because maybe that's actually what she says. But it's nice to look at it and say, how do I view this? What does this say to me? So she's calling it cording, where we might call it couching. So I guess similar. Couching, cording, but it still is a bit of thread that is sewn over and stitched down. It's amazing, even just these little patterns from running stitch. So here's this is how she's developed this one. I really love that. I love that effect. It's quite good. Quite a nice, quite interesting. Now, I have some little things to share. When Christine was talking about the shop up in Queensland, the op shop, an online op shop, Now, I can't remember, stitch circle? No, that's not right. Oh, anyway, I had a little squiz and this is what I found on the shop. I got some little buttons. I've put one of them on my, I'm really behind, but I just stuck on my Roxies. I just stuck this little bit of lace and these buttons, and so I've put one on here because it ties in nicely with the branch colour. Right, don't get distracted because I'm going to do the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery episode. Right, so I got this nice lovely lace because it's in a slight yellow, so that'll be good on the Roxy's. But all up it was like $6 for everything, so, you know, pretty amazing. Of course, I love my bit of red work, so, and these are just bundled up like this with a bit of cardboard because it's secondhand, it's from the op shop, but I just thought it was amazing how you can get enough of these little squares to use. So these are the reds and the pinks, and there's about, you know, sometimes there's 2 of each, sometimes there's more. There's quite a bit of that one. Some dotty ones. And I would say that someone has gone to all the trouble in the op shop to cut these up from stuff that was going to be thrown out. Now, an interesting fact is that over the last 2 months I've been working as a volunteer in an op shop, so I've been working out the back. Now I've got some other little goodies to show you, but I've been learning about what people throw out. I don't know if this is relevant to my channel, but maybe it is because we all love a bit of recycling. And what I'm finding fascinating is what people donate that they think is going to be used but actually just gets thrown into landfill. And the sad thing about that is that what happens is the actual op shop or second shop or whatever you call it in your country has to still pay the tip to dump what's not used. And I'm surprised there's only so much stuff that they can put on the shelves. This is a bit of, let's have a look. This is just a beautiful bit. So it's Soho Bandana Collection. Amy Barrickman for Indigo Junction. I just really liked it. I thought it was really nice patterning. This is the pattern. That's the pattern, and it's just repeated. And my last thing, so as usual I've got 50 conversations going on at once, as usual. So I'll just show you some of these as I'm talking about the op shop. So the interesting thing for me is that they also, I wondered what happens when people donate like chipped plates and stuff. Well, I think it's in Collingwood, there's a one of those you smash places where you go in and you smash plates and stuff. This is beautiful material. It's a bit of satin. I thought I might put that on my Roxy's. Maybe that could be part of the nature. Right, I'll leave that out. Yeah, so someone comes and picks up any broken crockery or, you know, chipped crockery that we can't sell, and then takes them to his little shop where you can go and pay money to go and smash things at night or in the weekend. Get your rage out. It's cute, isn't it? So like baskets. So there's a few colourways in here, which is interesting, but all they're just really good. And I'll show you what I've done with one of them. Little leaf, that's sort of nature too. I don't know if I'll get them on my Roxy's. Roses, some other flowers. So I'm just assuming, back to my other train of thought, I think I should write my notes. I should write notes. That's what I should do. Then there's tubs big about this round and about maybe 2 feet deep or a metre deep of when things either haven't sold for 6 months clothing wise, they go in this textile bag. And so the textile bag, I think, goes off to be made into things. But however, I noticed on the website one of the complaints about the particular store I'm in, I've used a bit of this on my apron, I'll show you in a sec, is that there's not a very good craft section. And of course, as a crafter, I'm thinking, well, I think I've got to put a bit of time in on that area. So I'm thinking of this sort of thing and thinking that maybe we should be doing that. Although that requires time to cut them up and package them. Oh, that's a cute little bird. Wasn't that nice? Put that out. But anyway, that is a particular thing that op shop does that helps things not to go to waste. So here we are. I love this. It's very grassy. That's my little stash from that shop. Thanks, Christine, for that tip. The shop will be down below. Let's do an update on my apron where I have added I added this panel, which is an already pre-sewn improvised piece. So it was gel printed and then sewn over, and then I'd put some buttons and things on, and I've just put that in the middle because I felt that I was getting a bit locked up. And as I had started doing, these individual pieces and then put them on, I didn't find that was a problem. It was out of context with any of the prompts, but I didn't mind. I didn't mind at all. So I've added in another of my red work because the red started to creep in once I put this in, and once I put this in, the red was starting to creep in. It wasn't so yellow. Added this bit of red work, and then I've added the square that you saw, one of these. Now I have embroidered over the top of this, so that really is started already, my nature. It's almost like I've finished my nature, but I think I'll do something else on camera and get back onto my episodes with that. Now, what else has been happening? Not a lot other than packing boxes, moving boxes, unpacking boxes. Yeah, I am actually incredibly tired. Now, I found this super, super old tea towel that was in my family, so it was in my stash. So I've been finding some interesting stuff as I've been moving. The least of which is all the family photos. So I found this, and it's the whole Waltzing Matilda song. And it's become very faded, so you can't actually read it all really well. But I've decided I'm going to embroider over it. I don't know how much of it I'm going to embroider. Hand printed, pure linen, designed in Australia. I wouldn't say made in Australia. But it's iconic because I was saying to Huss what the words were and what the story was about, and he really didn't know because he'd only been here. Well, he's been here, 25, 28 years in Australia. So he didn't know what Waltzing Matilda was, and it was like our kind of unofficial Australian anthem when they made Advance Australia Fair. Anyway, I think we used to do God Save the Queen. We used to sing that. And then when we were looking for our own national anthem, everyone just assumed we'd do Waltzing Matilda. But it's really about this man being a bit of a hobo and going and finding, now a jumbuck, I think it's a kangaroo, or I don't know, maybe it was a sheep, and going and catching someone's sheep, and then the troopers came along to catch him for catching someone's sheep. So I don't know if it was, yeah, sheep, here it is. Here's the glossary. Coolabah tree, so he's sitting under the coolabah tree here. This is iconic Australian history, folks. that's a gum tree, is the coolabah tree. So that was probably that's probably wherever this was written, because Australian Indigenous population has so many languages and different dialects, and so coolabah tree is probably what it was called in the area this song was written. Anyway, it's gum tree. Matilda. Gee, I can't even read that. So, look, that's weird. I don't even know. What's Matilda? I just thought, look, I'm a waltzing Matilda. They must be just calling him as a bad man or something. It looks like it says bundle, but I don't know. I'll find it. I'll put the words down below. Jumbuck is the sheep. Just wondering if there's anything else. I've picked up a child's little, the display case for books, and I've put that up on the wall. I've put my pegboard up on the wall. The next thing we're going to be doing, I've got a big pegboard I'm going to put tools up on there so that they don't need to be in a drawer, and that gives more storage space. But as it's going, all my shelves have been filled up with stuff, and then even overstored, and then I've still got all these boxes. So I have decided that the next thing I'm going to be doing is a massive de-stash. I was going to put this is a really beautiful old cabinet. You can see these old drawers, and it's like the top of one of those kitchen things. Sorry, it's a bit dark over this side. Two of my lights have gone. I've got to get someone in. I was going to put this up on the wall over here, but I'm not sure now. I'm thinking, I don't know if actually putting another one of those white bookshelves here and then putting this little chest of drawers on top of the filing cabinet might be a better way to go, and not using this one at all. So you can see it's still really, oh my goodness. And even, like I've just got too much stuff, I've realised. So I'm not going to be ready for a while. That's my thought. Yeah, I'm not going to be ready for a while. So here's my little area I've set up. I was talking about this little children's bookshelf. That's it. That's how far I've got. I've got my dryer in. I got a new dryer, so it's one that doesn't put out lint or moisture. So that's ready to go. Something I found. So I wasn't expecting to do this because I wanted to do a big reveal and it not be embarrassingly unready, but it's just embarrassingly unready. I found I had this in a tub that had been in a tub for 6 years or 7 years, and it's what I was using to put my wax in for some encaustic work. So that's great, I found that. And at the moment, I've got this table and this table. So I have no idea how long it's going to take, but I think I'm going to set this up over here as a little workspace. And I've got big folders. Like, being an artist is sort of, it's hard, because where do you put all those extra canvases? Where do you put big folders that have got original artwork in? And I've just stuck them there because I intend to have this area cleared and have a little chair there. Because when I was looking at Doll's House Vintage, at Deb's room where she'd set it up and she just had 2 chairs, and I was thinking here was going to be a whole couch, so it was really comfortable. But in the end, it's just like my brain thought that this was so much bigger, this space, and it's not. So, yes, that's it for me with this. Okay, I've just got one more thing. I've only just started embroidering again after I know it's been a while, but honestly, I've just started. again after all this time. This chair. This is another reason I'm going to set up that other area over there. This is awkward where I'm sitting. So the very second week I was working at the op shop, and I work out the back and packaging up stuff and doing some of the mail, which I enjoy. The mail, I enjoy doing that. I was one day she said to me, I've got two bosses, and one of the bosses said to me, oh, can you wrap the lace? And I just laughed. I went, well, I'm pretty experienced at that. So I was wrapping up lace onto bits of card to sell in the shop. But I grabbed a few things and I said, can I buy these because I will use these? And she said yes. So, you know, it was $2, so I wasn't complaining about that. We do get staff discount. So I got this bit of trim. Isn't that gorgeous? I might put that on that might go on here. Oh yes, fits in. Colour scheme fits. So I've got that bit of trim. Got that. This beautiful bit. I think it's actually circular. Not sure why it's circular. Can cut that. I love these. This is very like a 60s, you might see this on a 60s dress or something, but I love these trims. I got a packet of needles, and it's just one packet, and some cotton crewels. And I grabbed them because they're crewels, so they're good. They're a good they're a good eye, and they're a good pointy tip. This antique lace, love that. Grabbed a couple of bits of, they were just going to be put into bags, so I didn't think there was enough to wind onto the winders for some of these. Bit of that, some beautiful daisy, love the daisy chains, and this gorgeous bit of edging. Thought Christine, you'd like this, but I'll probably use it. But for your burgundy bonnet, and okay, there, bit of thread and this beautiful bit of lace. Isn't that gorgeous? Together I love the colour. I mean, obviously it looks a lot lighter when it's just on its own. It's very pink. When it's together, it's a bit darker. Matches. So that's it. Don't forget there's still some slow stitch packs in the shop left, and there's 4 indigo dye packs in there, which no, they're just in there. They're not that expensive. Obviously in my Etsy shop there is, one of the problems is the cost of post to USA and Europe, so I do try to keep my prices down to the point where I probably don't end up making much money in the end on things. And I have also got, I've got quite a few pianola rolls, so one of them just went down to Tasmania. So yeah, here we go. That's it for this episode. And it's good to be back. Hopefully I'll get my brain into the right zone as I go, and now I've got a little spot set up. I can do a bit of recording while I spend the rest of the time sorting through everything. Lily's here for another week and a half, I think, 2 weeks, but they're going to today, her and her friend from New Zealand, they're going to a concert tonight, but they've gone already this morning. So what's the time now? Right, so it's 8 a.m. They left an hour ago because they get the general tickets and they want to just spend all day there hanging out, talking to people, but being at the front of the line. So when they go in, they're at the front of the stage. So I hope they've got earplugs, honestly. Okay. What else? Oh, they're going to Phillip Island. They're going to the Great Ocean Road, and they're going to Ballarat for a music festival. So they're gonna from today. They're starting to be out all day and all night, or overnight. Quite a few overnights. So I kind of feel like my time with Lily's done now. She's off with her friends, and it'll be sad because she'll be so busy I won't see her, and then she'll be gone. So that's it. That's it for that visit. Yeah. Okay. I will see you in the next one, and thank you for being here. And heading up to Christmas already. Wow, what a full year it was. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.